Good morning, APLit. I have a few notes jotted down that I want to share with you this morning. The first of those is that I am not going to be posting daily anymore in Google Classroom. I will only post when I have something new to share, to assign, to tell you, to give you. Up until this point, I was feeling like I needed to be checking in daily, but I don't want to overwhelm people that haven't gotten online in a few days with more posts to check when maybe not everything is super important. So, no more daily posts or videos, only when necessary. Second is because we are indeed moving to a pass, no pass system, your letter and number grades don't particularly matter a whole lot anymore. So we're going to move beyond worrying about our old vocabulary. I know some of you had some grades that you were maybe hoping to retake, or maybe you had an essay score in there that was low and you were frustrated. We're going to officially say, let's not worry about that because it won't affect anything in the long run. Regarding the pass and no pass grading system, I don't have any details yet for you, but the school board meeting is tonight. And after Mr. Taylor, I guess, kind of has the all clear from the school board, he'll give the staff some details and then we can pass those along to you. So when I know anything about grades, I will share that with you, but I will say, please don't worry. I can't imagine many of you are in the boat of not passing. So anyway, hopefully you are continuing to watch at least some of the advanced placement videos that are being pushed out by the College Board. Mrs. Barber and Mr. Escobar are doing a really good job. They're covering tons of things that for some students would be review if they had learned about the prose essay yet, but since we hadn't, it's a lot of new info for you, except that, as you know, they're covering things that we have covered this year, like setting, characterization, structure, detail, figurative language. So in some ways it's review and in some ways it's new. We'll talk more about that next week once we get through the tail end of the Kite Runner. Speaking of the Kite Runner, you are finishing by this Thursday and we will have a live chat at 11 a.m. on Thursday morning once everybody's done with the book. Speaking again of the Kite Runner, don't forget that you have a response journal in Google Classroom. So if you haven't looked at that, I recommend going in there and doing those. There's not a response for every chapter, but there are questions for every chapter, and you have to kind of go in, and for each section, you're going to choose, like, I want to write on this chapter and this chapter, or whatever it asks you for. It doesn't have to be really long. It's just meant to get you thinking about and engaged with the text as you're reading. So pay some attention to that. I did go in and look at the ones that were, I can access the ones that you're working on, and some haven't started, which isn't unusual, but I just wanted to point that out as a reminder. Once we get through the Kite Runner this week, then the next few weeks we'll focus on some specific information about the prose essay. So probably I'll pull up maybe some specific things related to the videos that Mrs. Barber and Mr. Escobar are posting. I do have an assignment that kind of links to some worksheets where you can watch part of the video and then go in and do a little assignment. I have a couple other assignments that deal with complexity. Maybe like from a movie, we've got some characters to look at. So I'm kind of playing with that. It's gonna for the most part be optional because it's not gonna apply to all of you reviewing for the exam. Just a reminder, the APLit exam is the 13th, and that's a Wednesday, and it's at 1 p.m. Central Time. And the AP Lang exam is the 20th, which is also a Wednesday, and that's also at 1 p.m. I was told that my grades for seniors need to lock on May 20th, so that's sort of your last day of school, but yeah, whatever, that's not important. So that's what I have for you. Finish the Kite Runner this week, do your response journals. If you have a chance on Thursday at 11, jump online. The link will be in Google Classroom for our live chat at 11 a.m. As always, reach out to me with questions, and I hope to see your smiling faces on Thursday.